Yesterday, it's going to be a great moment when the players actually come out on the boundary.
Yeah, great, Mike. Thank you.
The Member of New South Wales, Bob Carr, joining us, and just some of the scenes. There's the players, Paul Harrigan and Malcolm Reilly joining us on the big bus there. They've got the Optus Cup with them and just saving this. There is the scene. You can see just a massive colour. And joining us now is a man who was down there at Sydney Football Stadium. He played many a great game for the Manly Sea Eagles. I suppose mixed emotions because he's had a fair bit to do with the Newcastle Knights, with his job with the 2-week continuous core team. Johnny Gibbs joins us. John, this is unbelievable, isn't it?
It is unbelievable, Mike. It's awesome. I didn't know what to expect when I came up here this morning. I knew it would be good, but this has just exceeded all expectations. It's quite remarkable, and the players haven't arrived yet. So what's going to happen when they do arrive? It's incredible. Congratulations to the city of Newcastle. It was a great game on Sunday. Of course, it takes two good sides to have a good game. Manly did a good job at Newcastle over the 80 minutes, so just a little bit too good. And this here today is amazing, as you say.
You were saying earlier that during your call on the weekend, it was one of the great games to call. You really did enjoy doing it.
Oh, absolutely. There's three games that live long in my memory. The 89 grand final, which went to extra time. The second test at Old Trafford between Australia and Great Britain. And that game, the 1997 Optus Cup, which Newcastle created history and won. Three great games, and maybe more to come. I think the players might be coming, Mike, because the crowd's starting to get a little bit agitated.
Well, John, thanks for joining us, and great job to you and the 2-week continuous core team this year.
That's our pleasure. When we see good football, it makes it easy.
For hardware, how's Johnny Gibbs?
See ya.
Johnny Gibbs joining us here on the balcony of City Hall. Vanessa Spark, they've gone absolutely berserk down there in King Street.
This is real goosebumps stuff, Rabs. I'm sure there's not a dry eye down here on King Street. Emotion and passion is flying around like red and blue confetti. You can see the band coming up here behind me now as the players make their way towards the building here.
So there they are. There's the Chief, Paul Harrigan, Malcolm Reilly, who Steve Linnane just in behind. He's played a pretty important part. Came here from St George to play with the Newcastle Knights. Left in controversy and then came back after taking the Curry Club to 3 premierships. Michael Hill, the chairman, right at the back there on the left-hand side. The blonde-headed big fella in the front. Dave Morley, the manager, nicknamed Big Dog. And he's done a magnificent job too, by popular demand, to come back here in Newcastle to help manage the side. The Marching Koalas, the world-renowned marching band, made up of school kids here, and the crowd is going absolutely ballistic as they get closer to the Newcastle City Hall. What a great moment for the people of Newcastle. They've waited 10 years to get this, and probably many clubs have waited a lot longer than that, but it's come within 10 years of their history. It started in 1979 when Lee Moore and Jerry Etzer and Michael Hill had lunch at Squidsing, a restaurant on Lake Macquarie. So Lake Macquarie City Council playing a part too. Then for years they badgered the Newcastle Rugby League. They badgered the New South Wales Rugby League. They badgered everyone that would lend an ear to try and get Newcastle into the greatest rugby league competition in the world. Next to the side, the Marching Koalas, the world-renowned marching band, made up of school kids here, and the crowd is going absolutely ballistic as they get closer to the Newcastle City Hall. What a great moment for the people of Newcastle. They've waited 10 years to get this, and probably many clubs have waited a lot longer than that, but it's come within 10 years of their history. It started in 1979 when Lee Moore and Jerry Etzer and Michael Hill had lunch at Squidsing, a restaurant on Lake Macquarie. So Lake Macquarie City Council playing a part too. Then for years they badgered the Newcastle Rugby League. They badgered the New South Wales Rugby League. They badgered everyone that would lend an ear to try and get Newcastle into the greatest rugby league competition in the world. They did that and succeeded in 1987, and then in early 1988, Slayman Sam Stewart led the players out of the Marathon Stadium for the Herald Challenge Cup against Manly. Sam Stewart had the pleasure of holding up the Challenge Cup that day. There's Cliffy Parker on Rocky. They didn't allow him in the Sydney Football Stadium on Sunday, but he was at the Workers' Club on Sunday night. He's here today to help celebrate this magnificent civic reception for the Newcastle Knights. We've seen it in many countries. In England, when they take the trophy home to Manchester United and clubs like Leeds. But have you ever seen anything like this? Listen to the crowd. Chimes are going. There are youngsters here from newborn babies right through to grandmothers, and they are savouring every very, very special moment of this as they hug each other As we mentioned before, there's the chief. He only has to wave his arms here, and the crowd is going absolutely berserk. I'm just wondering whether the Lord Mayor Greg Hees will give Chief the keys to the city. I'm sure there is something on the agenda to make a special presentation to Paul Harrigan and the Newcastle Knights. The chimes of the town hall can be heard quite distinctively amongst this crowd. I know I'm a pretty poor judge of crowds, but gee, there's got to be close to 30,000, 40,000 people here as they hold the Optus Cup up, the symbol of supremacy in the ARL competition. Malcolm Reilly and Paul Harrigan, they might take a while to get here to the town hall. Well, we've just seen the first entourage. The rest of the players are yet to come and make their way to the Newcastle City Hall. But pandemonium literally here. And Vanessa Spark and Ray Deneen have been with us. It has been something very, very special indeed. We'll welcome all the players to the balcony of the town hall a little bit later on when they finally get inside this magnificent structure. And the chief just making his way down gingerly now. It has been a wonderful moment for him from the moment Darren Albert scored that try. Well, it was on the cards when Robbie O'Davis equalised with that sensational try late in the second half, and Andrew Johns going the blind side back inside to Albert to score under the sticks. And everyone, the party started there, and they really are having a wonderful, wonderful time. The chants going up the Old Lang Syne song.